If you haven't noticed, our world is changing. Nothing seems to be the same. Whether it's the rising gas prices, cost of eggs or bread at the grocery store, the advent of artificial intelligence or electric vehicles, nothing seems to be the same. As we go across our world and we see all of these changes, the one thing that does not change is our why. The purpose, the passion, our reason for existing. All of us in this room and online must remember our why. How do we remember our why when it seems to be like everything around us is shifting? Some would say that we are at the edge or are currently in a recession. Some would say that because of the stock market fluctuations, the rising and the shedding cost of homes, depending on where we live, that it's an economic challenge. But even through all of that uncertainty and all of that unease, we must always remember that we are bigger than the moment, that we are bigger than the challenge, and that there's a reason why we exist. Education is an equalizer. It not only allows you to get promotions or earn more money, it's the one thing that deep down on the inside of you can never be taken, can never be stripped. Education is one thing that everybody can get on board with. Even education is changing. Some might remember textbooks or encyclopedias that were large print. Now, everything that you want to do can be obtained through Google, can be obtained through ChatGPT or Gemini. Even education is changing. But I want to challenge each one of us to not just keep calm, but to stay focused. How do we stay focused when all of these shifts and all of these changes are happening? We center ourselves, we ground ourselves, and we remind ourselves that there's somebody that needs to see our light. That light that's deep on the inside, that light that others need to see shining, that light that others are waiting. We are bigger than the moment. Each one of us has maybe plan A, plan B, and plan C. We have it written down. We have it in our mind. It's in the notes in our phone. We know where we want to go, or maybe we don't. But even the greatest plan that's written down or in our head, with all the uncertainty and changes that are happening across our world, in our country, in our communities, that we sometimes, those greatest plans, cause us to pivot. That we have a plan today, but then now we have another plan. We had to pivot. Something happened. Something changed. Something shifted. And we ground ourselves and we say, okay, plan A didn't work. Now plan B. But what happens when plan B doesn't work? And then we have to shift and we have to go to plan C. We have to stay grounded because life is designed for us to pivot. But those pivots sometimes are challenging. They have us think about, why are we living? Why do we exist? Why do we have to show up? I want to tell you that it's not always what we want, but it's sometimes what we're called to be, what we're called to do. Our life purpose does not change even when the plan causes us to pivot. When we realize that we are bigger than what we've gone through, when you realize that we are bigger than the challenges that we've overcome, when we realize that we are larger than life, we can stand flat-footed and still be excited when we don't know how we're going to have to move to even plan D, because our purpose is much bigger than us. Everyone that's under the sound of my voice needs to understand that you can do anything. You can change, you can shift, you can move, you can do things that are bigger than life, not just because of what you have, but because of what's on the inside. We must always remember our why. Because the only thing in life that is constant is change. How am I supposed to manage changes like COVID, or changes like the economy shifts, or maybe it's losing a job and gaining another, or transitioning one place and one house to the next, or moving one community to another community? The only constant is change. And I'm reminded of a song that I heard as a young child. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere that I go, I'm going to let my light shine. And my challenge to all of us is we must sometimes discover in the midst of chaos and crazy what our light is. That we are designed and created to be that light to others, to be selfless and to be giving and to pull ourselves up, even when all around us seems to be falling down. Because somebody needs our light. My challenge to you is to let your light shine so bright that others will be able to pick themselves up, because they recognize the power that you have on the inside. This little light of mine, I ask you, please let it shine.